Hello everyone, my name is Marcel and I'm gonna go over some use cases with our application and how to interact with it. This is the project Spots, also known as the crowdsourcing parking. And this was developed by me, Marcel Herrera, with my partner Carlos Barrios, with assistance of our product owner, Dr. Niki Piscinu, and our professor, Masao Sadhani. So right now I'm recording directly with my phone with the application running, so this is the final product. So let's get started. So this is the first screen you're gonna get once you get to the application, which is asking you to authenticate, so to log into the application or sign up. For the application you have four different methods. You can either use an email, a phone number, a Google account, or a Facebook account. So if you don't have an account, you go in the middle, you can see a button saying don't have an account, sign up. You continue over there and you get the four options to sign up. You can sign up via email, which will be filling this form and sending it with the button right there. You can also use your phone number. You fill again the form and send it. That's gonna get you a confirmation code that's gonna be sent to your phone, and then you have to enter the phone, that validation code, and then your account is created. And we also have Google. So Google and Facebook, you can use either of these two um, to authenticate. That's even better and easier for the users. We also gather the data that we require to work with from your accounts, and it's generally faster. You can also directly log in with the screen if you already have an account, if you want it. If you want to use an email, you just put it right here. Otherwise, if you want to use a phone, you swap here at the bottom. Or if you want to use any social account, you can go as well again and go over here. So to simplify the process, I'm just going to use an account I already have, but the steps afterwards are pretty straightforward. So I'm going to use my account, my FIU account. So right now, this is the main screen of the application. Once you're logged in, you can see the map and the different menu at the bottom with a search bar and a drawer at the bottom, and so far so on. So first of all, the main thing you may want to do at the beginning is to customize your profile. To do that, you're gonna go to the menu over here to the left. And you're gonna go to profile. So here's the information you have on your account. That'd be your name, email, phone, password, and vehicle, as well as the photo you have, the picture. So if you want to change any of these elements, just go and click on one of them, and just go ahead and change the fields with either your email, phone, and so far so on. If your email is verified already and you want to change it, you have to re-verify your email. And in that case, we send an email to the old owner just to let them know in any case of fraud, and so far and so on. Same with Biku, you go again and you can change it if you want it. Just for testing, I'm gonna just put my initial here, and there you go. So you get a notification message. If you wanted to change your picture, you can do as well. You can take a photo or just choose from the library as well. Both can work, and that quickly goes over profile as well. So next we're gonna go over some payment options, some your payment methods. So right now these are the payment methods I have assigned to this account. Um, if you want to delete a payment method, you just go over it and delete this card, for example. That's an option. For each card you have, you can either delete it or set it as default. So now the card has been deleted. It takes some time to appear the deletion because the data is kept consistent between the two parties. So if it appears deleted here, it means it has been deleted completely from the system. Next, we're gonna go. Oh, okay. Let's try adding a new card, for example. Let's add the card we just deleted. This is a testing card used for the platform. We can put any month and year expiration as long as it's valid, and any CVC will work as well. And we're gonna add the card. there you go, the card was added. And if you want to set a card as default, let's say I want this new card to be default, you go ahead and you do that. So next we're gonna go over the transaction. So one of the main use cases of the application. Let's say you're a user and you want to publish a spot, for example, for another user to get. So if that was the case, we're gonna go over the different perspectives as a provider, as a consumer, and if you have an action or use a constant surprise spot. So you go to the right part of the screen. There's a plus button. You press on it, and you customize the listing that you're creating. Let's go for a fixed price to begin with. Let's say expiration is gonna be 5 minutes, and we're gonna put a price of like maybe $3. Instructions are gonna be hi, I'm testing, because why not? And we're gonna go ahead and send this. So right now you can see in the screen a spot appears on the map. This is the view you have. You are also locked to the right to make a new listings. So other users will be now able to see this spot on the screen. I'm with another phone which also has the application. I'm gonna go ahead and press on it. So I'm getting a notification. So I accept that. And now I have to do this here. Would you like to reserve your spot? I do. So if you accept the other user, then you're linked. When you're linked, what happens is you can now see the position of the other user. If we scroll in, for example. In this case, I'm right here, so there's nothing crazy about it. You get the instructions, you get the phone of the other person, you can call it directly over here, and you get their card. So let's quickly finish. Well, there's a button as well to the left button, which is to let them know that the transaction has been done. If both parties press this button, then the transaction is confirmed. There are other ways also to detect this, but this is a safe fail method for users to finish the transaction. So I get the confirmation of the trade on my other phone too, and the transaction finishes. And payment was successful. So this is a quick example from the provider perspective. Now we're gonna do it the other way around. In my other phone, I'm gonna create a new spot, and I'm gonna do it with fixed price as well to show the interface. And we're gonna go ahead and put $2 as a price. And what else can I put? I might as well do okay. So yeah, there appears. So from this view, I can see the spot here on my screen. It shows the distance. I can sort and so far, so far. If I press on it, I get this prompt. Would you like to preserve the spot? I see the rating. I agree. And now I have to wait for the other party to agree as well. If both parties agrees, then we go to the link state that we saw before. But now from the consumer perspective, which will show a navigation to how to get there, as well as information of the other part, what's the car and so far, so that you can recognize them on the other side. Again, for the purpose of this video, we're gonna if you get nearby the spot, the algorithm automatically recommends you, sends you a message suggesting if you finish the transaction, please confirm. But you can always override with the left button, and it will work only if both parts agree. So we're gonna do that to show the next case. go. Let's rate a 5. The payment was successful. All, by the way, if you want to check the history of the transactions you just did, you can see these last 2 transactions are over here. You can see the reviews and more information about it. So now let's go and create a listing, an action on the provider side for my other phone. So to show you what's the difference. So I'm going to create an action for 5 minutes and I'm going to start the bidding at $1. And auction. So let's start. And you can see it right here. Again, well, my 2 devices are right on this spot. So it's very close by. But again, you can go and check on the bottom. For example, oh, here's the spot action. It tells you it's an action. You can click on it, for example, in the bottom or the top, doesn't matter. And it asks you if you like to bid on the spot. So if you go and say yes, now you're going to have a bidding window, which is going to give you some information about how many live bidders are on this spot in particular, and will let you allow to bid. So if you press on the left button, then you can place a bid, either minimum bid or maximum bid. Let's say we're going to go to the minimum bid. Then now we're the winner. So if there were any other users, they might concurrently try to bid. And the way we have it are just unique transactions. They cannot be interfered with each other. So one has to be processed before the other one and so on. So you can even raise your bid if you want to ensure that you get this spot, give me this option. And once the timer for this spot, the bidding window finishes, which is in 3 minutes and 36 seconds, then you will, if you're the highest bid, then you get this spot. So we can force this. If you're the provider, you can decide to finish early a transaction, which is this case. We're gonna do it now. So the winner, which should be me in this case, should go ahead and continue the transaction. So let's see, we're gonna go ahead and accept here and over here. Let's see. There you go. So I accepted. Now you get a notification, and once again you get a path. In this case, I'm so close that the path doesn't really help that much, but anyway, the instructions are action. I can call the party and have the same functionality as I had before. So let's quickly do a change. I'm in the middle of the transaction and I change my credit card, and I'm gonna change it for, let's say, this credit card. Okay, now let's say I'm gonna complete. And we'll see, I'm gonna complete the transaction on the other parts. So for here, and there you go. So I completed it and the payment was successful. Now we can go in the history and we see that now I pay with my MasterCard instead. And I get here the review and all this information as well. So that in short is the main guide of the system. Another one more information to add, if you're a provider also, you are expected to earn to get some earnings. So let's say you want to see how are you doing, how much income have you generated. So again, you go to the menu on the left, and now you have your own custom menu for you, which is called provider, which is the fourth on there. And if you press over there, you'll load a screen with your own dashboard to see all your payments and and some other information. So you can see right now, well, I just did 2 transactions. My balance is 198 for the what I did today, and well, and December 9th too on this account. And the way it works is that daily I would be receiving these payments. So I have other information that I can check. For example, I can change the information in my account, my payment account. And if there's some more information required for us to pay you, we will ask here, this is with the aid of Stripe, to update some information so that you can keep earning whatever what is required for your services. So finally, well, also we have, let's say at the top right, at the top, if you wanna go ahead and check, you're going to a location, you wanna see if there's some spots available, you can go ahead and use the search function. So for example, you go ahead and when I'm writing, it immediately auto-completes to any selection. So let's say I want to go to calle, how was the name? Anything works. Sorry, let's say we want to go to Coral Gables. There you go. You get to this information. If there were to have more spots over here, it will show as well. So that concludes the main use cases and use guide with application. There are also some other small options as well, such as how to subscribe to the as a provider and more details on the account registration, but those are mostly forms that you have to follow, so are pretty straightforward. Some other use cases would be, for example, logging out of your account, and let's do it right now. You go ahead and log out, and you're logged out of your account. So thank you for watching. That concludes the user guide, and hope everybody stays well.